Hey guys, I'm Anestic, and in this video I will show you how to do Manibus Nightmare with new weapon. All you have to do is use your ice cube, summon your deviation, destroy ice cube, shoot few times with your secondary weapon, and swap to new weapon. Shoot 6 times, boom, insane damage as you can see. I think this is the best weapon which you can use against this enemy at the moment, and I think we can do it again just to show you how consistent is this weapon and this setup which I'm using. So let's do it again. Let's use ice cube, summon deviation, wait few seconds, destroy ice cube, and again shoot few times with your secondary weapon. Up to main weapon, six times, shoot 6 times, and boom. As you can see, Manibus is already dead. It wasn't that hard, I think. So yeah, I think we can now jump into the game because maybe you noticed that it wasn't it wasn't exactly the live gameplay, unfortunately, because my audio was broken because my sound was a bit too loud. So so let me show you what I used. Let me explain this build a bit. And if you would like to see this build in details, with all details, I will publish probably something tomorrow. So stay tuned. And let's start with things which I used for this boss fight. So when it comes to weapon, I'm using new weapon SN700 Finale with rapid shot style, calibration with critical rate. And when it comes to mods, I'm using Shatter them all, but you will have two choices, I think, depending on your magazine capacity or maybe which one is shiny. So I use this one. I use Violent Suffix, but you can also use Shrapnel Suffix, but I think if you will want to have as much consistent damage as possible, you will need some extra magazine capacity because you will need 6 bullets. 6 bullets to deal much more damage with your last shot. That's why I'm using magazine capacity. That's why I'm using mod with magazine capacity. But this one is fine also, but your damage might be not high enough to kill him without reloading. So that's why I'm using Shatter them all. And when it comes to attachments, I'm focusing mainly on some range, which can be useful. And I think accuracy, mobility, and I think you can use this one, which will give you some stability, because accuracy is fine actually on this weapon, so you can use this one. And tactical sniper rifle magazine, and when it comes to ammo, use sniper rifle AP ammo. And that's it. When it comes to main weapon, when it comes to secondary weapon, I'm using MPS7 Div Evo. This weapon will give you shrapnel parts +1 whenever you will hit a weak spot, which is very useful for this weapon. I mean, you can also use weapons like Bingo, which is also fine. But to take advantage of this weapon, you will have to shoot few times just to have some extra weak spot damage. And when it comes to this SMG, you can shoot just once or 2 times, just hit the weak spot, and you will enjoy full buff. And when it comes to melee weapon, this is what I'm using. This weapon isn't available to craft, unfortunately, maybe in the future. But if you still don't have this weapon, you can easily get this weapon from the giant. This will be the fastest way, I think. Just do the giant on pro difficulty, and that's it. And when it comes to my armor setup, I'm using savior set in combination with dark resonance set. Yeah. This will give you the most amount of damage which you can deal. And when it comes to my unique piece, I'm using Cage Helmet. This helmet will give you additional trigger +1 when triggering shrapnel. It means that whenever you will trigger the shrapnel, instead of triggering just one, you will trigger it 2 times, which is much better than new mask. than Ankh mask. This mask can deal a lot of damage, especially when you reload the bullets. But problem with this unique piece is that it's very inconsistent. The chance is only 40% to refill one bullet. So I don't know. I don't know about this one. If you feel like you have lucky that you can use it, but if you want to do it constantly without any problems, use cage helmet. That's the best choice. And when it comes to my skins, I used Starfall Cowhide on my mask and 4 times rabbit skin. Doesn't matter which one, any skin of your choice, but rabbit skin. As you can see, I have rabbit skin on my helmet, gloves, I think on also on my shoes, and I have Westland wool skin on my chest. And when it comes to pants, I have also Westland wool skin. So maybe it looks like I was missing some weak spot damage. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So so maybe you can do it even faster than I did, because as you can see, I was missing some damage. Yeah, I should be using this one, which which would give me weak spot damage boost. As you can see now, I have this buff available. As you can see, so I don't know how I missed it, but I didn't have it before. So yeah, so maybe you can deal even more damage than I did. And let's move to mods which I used for this boss fight. So when it comes to my helmet mod, I used momentum up. It gives me fire rate, so basically you will shoot faster with first few bullets, and then you will gain additional weapon damage. And if you don't have this mod, exactly this mod, because this mod is a classic mod which was available a long time ago, you can also use some mods in a new mod system. Let me show you which one will be the best. I think you can use a mod like this one, Crescent. I think I think as you can see, damage difference isn't that high. Maybe even if you will have level 17, it will be better than the mod which I'm using, so it's fine. And good thing about mod system, we had update. If you missed it, we have um, we have new collection system where you can collect some mods, and you will gain you will be able to select any shiny mod which you want. So if you're missing any mod which I'm talking about, just check your collection, and maybe you will be able to select any mod you want, because you will be able to select even mods which are seasonal. So that's the best thing. Not on you will be not only able to select shiny mod, but it can be also seasonal mod if you didn't know. So let's move to the next equipment piece, which they did something with mod system. Now it's more complicated. I don't know why, but when I click, okay, like this, they did something with this update. Now it's much harder to show what I would like to. Okay, let's move to mask. When it comes to mask, I use this mod. This mod is much better than shrapnel mods. It's much your damage will be much more consistent, especially when you will debuff enemies with the bullseye. And you can easily debuff enemies with the bullseye with your deviation, which I will show you later on. So let's move to my chest mod. This is the mod which I used. And again, if you don't have mod from classic system, you can use any mod. Any mod. It can be rejuvenating, phantasmal. It can be lunar. Any of these you will do. Just is your best one. And again, if you are missing something, just check your collection level. Maybe you will be able to select something what you actually need. And when it comes to pants mod, this is in the mod which I use because I replaced my pants because I was using different skin, which I didn't want to. So let me show you which mod I used. I used this mod. After destroying ice crystal, you will gain basically plus 10 weapon damage. This is the biggest benefit of using this mod. You can also use mod like Deadshot with arrow suffix, but to be honest, this mod isn't very consistent because you will be not shooting that much. You will shoot only a few times, and unfortunately, shrapnel hits aren't stacking this mod. So it's kind of hard to stack this mod, to be honest, and that's why I used Reload Rampage, which gives me consistently 10% weapon damage instead of random critical chance. And I think you don't have other good options for this slot. So let's move to gloves. For when it comes to gloves, I use critical boost, area suffix. I think best mod which you can use. Mm, nothing better. I think maybe if you have level 17 crescent mod, and then it can maybe out damage slightly. But to be honest, it's much harder to get this one than this one because this one is available at the moment. So just use best one which you have. I'm using critical boost area suffix. And when it comes to shoes, I'm using rush hour, which will be better than let's say downstar suffix because you will be not able to stand above Manibus. And that's why you will be not dealing as much damage as you can deal with Phantasmal mod. So if you are missing Phantasmal mods because maybe you missed previous season, maybe you can have a look on Redemption Shop because these mods are still available. You can still get them. Just open Redemption Shop and buy these mods. Maybe you will be lucky and you will get something what you are actually missing. So you can still get these mods like White or Phantasmal Suffix. And if you don't have any good Phantasmal mod, then just use Downstar, which is also fine. The damage difference is like very small. But if you will want to use best in slot mod for shoes, then you will want to use Phantasmal suffix on your shoes. Okay, I think when it comes to my equipment, that's it. Let's move to cradles, I think. This is my setup. Basically, some sniper damage, weapon damage when swapping weapons, shields when summoning deviation, deviant power, recovery speed at night, additional damage when I have enough shields, shrapnel damage, and additional weak spot damage on enemies which have bullseye debuff. Okay, now let me show you foot buffs which I used. So when it comes to foot buffs which I use Whimsical Drink for weapon damage. I use Stardust Mushroom Soup, which will give you max stamina, and mainly it will give you boost from the meat effect. As you can see, I'm gaining basically damage against enemies with the bullseye debuff. But to be honest, max stamina buff is also nice because if you don't have enough stamina, then you will be not able to take advantage of Starfall Cowhide skin on your mask. So yeah, so you will need some stamina anyway, and I think it's a nice way to gain some additional stamina. Um when it comes to energy buffs, I'm using Clean Steak, which gives me some shrapnel damage, and Mixed Fried Hot Dog, which gives me damage against enemies with the bullseye debuff. And to use that many to use 2+2 food buffs at the same time, you will need to be chef's class, and if you aren't a chef's class, then you can just use whimsical drink and hot dog. These two will be the best in slot if you can use only one, and use both of them if you can use them because you are a chef class. And I think now I can show you my deviation. This is the deviation which I used. Lunar Zapkan, Crackshot, and Moonlight Assault. And I think when it comes to my setup, that's it. So let me show you one additional thing which you will have to pay attention to. So when you will go to the boss fight, when you will go to the boss fight, you will want to hold your secondary weapon. So when you will use your ice cube, summon your Zapcam, and now you should be holding your deviation like this. And now, as you can see, Manibus has debuff, the bullseye debuff. This is the most important thing. To stay like this, then you will be able to debuff Manibus. I don't know why, but you are able to debuff him in this position. But when you will be looking at him, you will be not able to debuff him with Zapcam. I don't know why is that, but you can have a look now. I will do it again, and now I will be looking at Manibus, and it will be basically very hard to debuff him. I don't know why, but this is how it is. Pay attention to debuffs, and as you can see, nothing is happening for a long time. Maybe now. As you can see, Manibus is still not debuffed. Even when Zapcam attacks, Manibus is still not debuffed. I don't know why it's happening, but you will have to uh, look a bit below Manibus. As you can see, when I was looking a bit below Manibus, I was able to debuff him with the bullseye debuff. So this is, I think, the most important mechanic. And some people will be not debuffing Manibus and they will be missing a lot of damage because your foot buffs will be not applying, your mask mod will be not applying, and you will be missing some damage from cradles also. So I think that's it when it comes to this setup. If I miss something, guys, let me know. If you will have any questions, ask me in the comments below, or join my Discord, and also you can ask me there. And if you would like to see weapon guide for this new weapon, just stay tuned and I will publish something tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you think about this weapon, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.